Monday morning, 8:30, and there's been a camp out overnight, hasn't there? Bank holiday camp out. Dear me, what's going on here? Dear me. Dear me. So on Sunday morning, before we set off to Eve's mum and dad, I put these out just to air. These are all the same. It's Everlast. It's only about half of what there is. Yeah, so just airing them. All the same, I think, Everlast. Anyway, it's Monday morning now, and yesterday morning before we set off to go to Eve's mum's, I did fill in the hole here with this wood hardener. So if you saw in a previous video, so it's rock hard that now. It's like a wood filler, wood hardener. It's really hard. So I'll just sand that slightly, it doesn't need much. Also I did put a couple of screws in this just to fix it to the side of it, but it won't go any further because it's too warped. There's still a slight gap, but it stopped it, you know, it's fastened it on anyway. It's warped. I can't just replace a bit of wood, it's a simple bit of wood, but anyway, I'll leave it for now. So I'm just going to finish preparing the rest of this wood and then get on and paint it. So I brought this mirror yesterday and fitted it in the car somehow. Big massive bag. And another mirror here. Apparently this is about 45 or 40 years old, this mirror. And a few other bags of knickknacks and things, clothes and other bits and pieces, books and things. Not too much this time. This Hammerite paint. It's brand new, hasn't been opened. Even Mum gave us that as well. I do already have some non-drip gloss black up there, but Hammerite's good stuff, so we'll direct to rust and all that, so if anybody wants that, could be handy. Yeah, so this exterior filler, which I just use for like little tiny bits of render that have come off or come away for placing or whatever, is this stuff here. Now, ICI, I mean that's a long time ago since ICI existed because it got took over. But I've had this, it was left by the previous owners at 75 Church Lane. So that was Mr. and Mrs. Tate. So we moved into that house, this was left in the garage. Now, who knows how many years they had it before that. So we're talking about, I've had this at least, what are we talking, like 11, nearly 12 years nearly. And they had it maybe, who knows, and it was like two or three bags of this inside it, I think. It's just, so this is the stuff, yeah, so I'll just use this and it just makes up what you need. It doesn't shrink or crack, water resistant and all that, just hardens up nicely. So I've still got a decent amount left of it, just use a little bit, like, you know, a little bit, just to use a tiny bit that I need, mix it up. Mixes lovely. And yeah, so that's what I use there for the exterior polyfiller stuff. But yeah, it's old. ICI. I mean, when did that go out of date? I don't know. It says 2007, so maybe Dulux, the ICI roundel. Yeah, 2007. So it's like 15 years. Not too old. But yeah, there we go. So it's now 10:30 on Tuesday morning. And luckily it's clouded over a bit. Just keeps the sun out of my eyes. And I've finished now. It's taken me a couple of hours to do all the preparatory work on this, which is like scraping off any flaky paint and also just touching up any white bits which had previously put a bit of cement on and things, or any like bits where the white maybe something's fallen out, and just sort of touching up little corners and things. So it's mainly dusting, get the cobwebs off, scraping off loose flaky paint, and getting all prepared, ready for the brown coat now. So that's what I'm about to do. You can see that bit I prepared there. I also just filled in a couple of little holes with some polyfiller just in the corner there. There was a little hole there, I filled that in, and there was a little bit of stuff that had come away here as well, which I've just filled in there. So little jobs like that, that's what's, you know, just slowly taking a couple of hours to do, and then I can get on now and paint the brown chestnut colour on the wood on all this area. That's the task. It's Monday, bank holiday Monday lunchtime. I've got chicken thighs and roast potatoes, stuffing, got loads of lemons, there's some sort of lemon thing, cabbage, peas and carrots and gravy, look at all that. Let's have a look, see how people are getting on in here with it. Ooh, look at that. Mashed potato. Stuff with all this. Wow, lemonade with lemons. Very good.
Sky? I don't know what type. It's got two.
It was now 7:20 on Monday evening, and managed to fit in, get 2 coats of all this area, so that's now completed, fully done. Two coats, all that. Obviously before you can remember what it was like, especially when close up. But yeah, so I've done that. 2 coats, it's 4 hours between coats you're supposed to leave it. So what happened was the second coat, it was fine, I started off, but I was catching up very quickly with the previous coat. So what I then did was I went and did the second coat around the garage. So that's now had 2 coats as well. So everything's had 2 coats. It's been cloudy most of the day, quite dark clouds most of it. Show you the garage part, which had its second coat. So this is this bit here, the sort of triangle of the garage, and then these bits all on here, and then around the door frames as well. So that's had the second coat. That's good. In the meantime, I also managed to fit in a trip to Morrison's and got a lot of cheap bread, and also managed to fit in a trip to drop Alice off with our friends. Eve came with us, and I'm gonna go and pick her up at 9 o'clock.